Drug overdose rates in the United States are 5 times greater now than they were 2 decades ago. And Ohio is at the center of the crisis as it was at the beginning. The state has one of the highest overdose rates in the nation. A new documentary follows the story of an Army veteran who returned from Iraq only to find his Ohio hometown of Portsmouth destroyed by fentanyl.
People had surrendered to this enemy, and there was no one willing to fight back.
At some point in your life, you weren't afraid to die. Don't be afraid to live right now. This is hillbilly rehab.
That hillbilly rehab is fitness. Dale King started his own CrossFit gym. Some of his clients are former addicts, and the gym sits at the center of downtown Portsmouth, once known as the pill mill capital of America. But his gym is about much more than exercise. It's pioneering a new approach to addiction recovery that's changed lives. And joining us now is Army veteran and CrossFit gym owner Dale King. Good to have you on the show, Dale.
Oh, it's a sincere pleasure to be here. Thank you.
You know, you told Rolling Stone magazine that you felt safer in Mosul, Iraq than you did in Portsmouth, Ohio. What do you mean?
Yeah, at least in Iraq, you knew who the enemy was. When I came home, I'm born and raised in Portsmouth, and you're talking small town, Friday night football, cruising the strip. And then when I was gone for about 10 years, the town just seemed to be completely devastated and devoid of hope. So it was just an overall feeling of eeriness and lack of hope. And that's why it was scary for me to be there than Iraq.
How did you come up with the idea for this CrossFit gym, and how did you link that with people who were clearly struggling with drug addiction?
I fell in love with CrossFit in the Army in 2007 and decided to open up a gym around 2010. But it wasn't until 2018 when a friend of mine who was in long-term recovery said how instrumental CrossFit was for his personal recovery, and that we should develop a partnership with our local counseling center to provide CrossFit to their classes. So the credit really goes to Billy.
Why do you think it helps to keep people clean from drugs, that kind of intense training?
Well, there's a lot of brain chemistry going on, but essentially people use drugs or opioids as a way to cope with pain. And we try to teach them that pain is not their enemy. And we want to do that, and we want to surround them with quality instruction. And more importantly, we want to surround them with really, really good people that are sweating and suffering alongside with.
In your documentary, Small Town Strong, you profile some of the people who you are helping with this gym. I want to watch a quick clip and then get your reaction on the other side.
We've got everybody from addicts to immigrants. We all need a challenge, and we all need the ability to overcome.
Can you tell us about some of those people who are working out in that gym? We see men and women. You say they're addicts, they're immigrants. Who is that?
It's our community, and I think it's a snapshot of every neighborhood in America. But for us, we're giving them an opportunity to come together. We're giving them an opportunity to do really hard things, but more importantly, we're giving them an opportunity to endure and conquer those together. So we've got everybody from literally millionaires to guys who are on parole, to immigrants who just came here from Brazil. It's truly an island of misfit toys, but everybody loves one another.
I was struck by the fact that you have over the door to your office, your Special Forces banner from the military is hanging, and it reads, "No one is coming, it's up to us." And that really kind of is emblematic as to what your method is, that it's up to you to work through whatever it is and to work your butt off inside that gym really, really hard. It's so hard it obliterates probably a lot of the pain of early recovery.
I tell you what, if we're waiting on politicians to solve the problem, we're going to be waiting for a long time. It's just understanding that I have my problems, you have your problems, we all have our problems. But if we can just kind of lay those down for an hour of the day and find reasons to celebrate commonality, a lot of these, we can kill a lot of these diseases of despair.
You know, I'm surprised to read that you're getting some pushback from some members of the community. They don't like the fact that there are addicts who are, you know, working out in the gym or living in a sober house in the neighborhood. I'm a little puzzled as to why they were okay with addicts who were passed out on the curb. But can you explain to me what the controversy is about?
It's a little difficult, and really, I used to be in the same boat. When it comes to addiction and people dying from overdose, a big problem is the stigma attached to that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people still believe addiction is not a disease and it's their fault. And we've even had some people say the problem will eventually solve itself. So it's just getting people to not be that are misinformed and just being able to provide awareness and education how we can conquer addiction.
Dale King, thanks so much for being on the show. The documentary Small Town Strong debuts October 3rd. It's fantastic, and it's really, really great to talk to you. Good luck with everything.
Elizabeth, the honor's mine. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.